I didn't know I had such a sweet taste actually at that time. I thought it was normal. I couldn't taste the difference between different recipes. So they were telling me, yeah, this is coffee, so just this sugar. This is hazelnut sugar.
不是装备成这样，我有一种要玩泥巴的感觉。如果你没事就喜欢嘎吱嘎吱嚼生姜的话，我觉得你应该会喜欢的。
然后一会儿在这儿参加一个 workshop， 可以做自己的巧克力。
Hello， 大家好，欢迎来到体验派原理的频道。今天我们来到的是巧克力王国比利时布鲁塞尔。刚才穿过那个步行街，就闻到满条街都是巧克力的香味儿。今天我们来这儿来拜访一位比利时的巧克力匠人。这哥们儿虽然是个地道的老外，但是他的标上却用了中国的汉字，像不像以前中国用的刻字的那种章？而且根据他自己在网站上所陈述的设计灵感呢，这3个字儿分别就是巧克力的汉字，然后这块 LG 这是他的名字加上姓 Laurent。而且据说他有的口味的灵感还是从中国来的，这是怎么回事呢？我们得去找他聊聊。走着。
我们进来喽，这是他的小店儿，然后一会儿在这儿参加一个 workshop， 可以做自己的巧克力。这是一会儿我们要尝的巧克力。
Hello,
Hi there.
Hi, enchanté.
Salut.
首先在做巧克力之前，我们要穿上这个黑色的这是什么？这是胶皮的围裙吗？好像有点大，就这么着吧。不是装备成这样，我有一种要玩泥巴的感觉。
这里是已经研磨好的可可浆，我们把模具的板拿来接满，
然后用刮刀刮掉多余的部分，刮平。
然后你就可以放上杏仁、腰果、开心果、榛子、各种坚果，以及糖渍的橙子皮、柚子皮、橘子皮，各种果脯。
用果味的甜去中和可可的苦。虽然把枸杞子也当 berry 用这件事让我有点迷惑。
然后来尝一下其他的巧克力，
其中有一种最令人印象深刻的生姜味的巧克力。吃过把生姜做成果脯吗？不对，姜脯。如果你没事就喜欢嘎吱嘎吱嚼生姜的话，我觉得你应该会喜欢的。
然后我们自己做的巧克力也冷静好了，就可以快的把它拿下来了。把我的也，哎呦，快的，小心翼翼的翻面，起，哎呀，不要碎，咦，好，下来了，咦嘻嘻，装袋喽，看着就很好吃的样子。
So, Laurent, how long you been staying in China?
A bit less than 2 years altogether.
In Shanghai?
Yeah.
Did you find any flavor inspiration in China?
Yeah, a lot. Most of my taste came from China, so...
Ginger.
Yeah, the ginger. First I discovered in China was Jinju.
Oh, Jinju.
Jinju, the small golden orange.
Oh, Jinju.
Jinju kumquat, candied kumquat. That was my first original product. And I made orangette, so I dip it in the chocolate.
Oh, 金桔, 小金桔. In my grandma's house, that was used for like decoration plant, not for eating. Yeah.
But candied is super nice because you still have the juice of the fruit inside. And after salted nuts also, that's an idea that came from my Chinese trip. And really reducing the sugar in my recipes. That was really the main thing back from China. Yeah.
So, have you ever thought about like open a chain branch in Shanghai,
No,
maybe?
No?
No?
No, to open franchising stuff chain, it's another job. So I prefer to keep it small, simple, something I can manage.
To focus.
And to focus here locally. So we have more and more tourists coming to Brussels.
Yeah.
So, every year the sales are going higher, so it's really good. So I don't need to travel to open many branches. And also once you are distributing, you're always responsible for the shop selling your chocolate. So if it doesn't work, it's your fault. And it's a lot of stress with the export because chocolate is super fragile product. If there's just an issue with the temperature, everything is melted.
Oh.
So it's super fragile and quite expensive, so I prefer just to focus on here. Yeah.
Did you ever had any, you think that best chocolate at other stores?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
For example?
Patrick Roger, for example, in France. It's really a top chef. Yeah, Aoki in Japan. I love Japanese chocolatier because they're very original. I mean, they use Japanese spice with French technique and international high chocolate. So it's really interesting. It's another taste.
So you combine it and make the yuzu flavor.
Yeah, for example, the yuzu or the sudachi or the yokan or the I'm not really fond of Japanese tea like the sencha. Matcha. This is not my taste.
You prefer chocolate?
No, it's really inspiring. It's really different taste. In Western countries, it's really sweet most of the time, so it's not really my stuff. But no, I like some other chocolatier. Yeah.
So when you start making chocolate in China, people says, "Oh, that's too sweet."
Yeah, first time because I was making the same recipe I learned at school and doing my apprenticeship, and I didn't know I had such a sweet taste actually at that time. I thought it was normal. So it's really thanks to that trip that I lost step by step the taste for sugar. But the biggest difficulty was the first time I came back to Belgium. I couldn't taste the difference between different recipes because it was only sugar.
Yeah, sugar.
So they were telling me, yeah, this is coffee, so just this sugar. This is hazelnut sugar. So, and that was complicated, the gap. So.
Yeah, and some of my Chinese friends said the best sweets they can say is the criteria is not too sweet.
Not too sweet.
Yeah. That's the best sweets.
Yeah. But in Japan, for example, they eat more sugar in the gastronomy, but they like my chocolate because it's not sweet. It's not too sweet. It's not very sweet, but it's not too bitter either. So it's just a nice mellow in between.
Yeah, the traditional Japanese snack, okashi, it could be very sweet, but it always goes with matcha, the bitter one. Yeah. So that goes together. And what do you think is the most important step or the difficulties for hand making chocolate?
Is to be constant. So you need a constant quality of ingredients and freshness. So here we produce every day of the year, and we sell step by step. So, but it's always with a very small stock. So we have maybe 1 or 2 weeks of stock maximum. So you will always have fresh chocolate. But to keep that, it means we work a lot. So we need very high-end chocolatier, and we process every day. So normal big chocolaterie, they process September, December, they freeze everything, and then they sell step by step. Here we're just constantly making. Even
every day?
Summer, even during the summer, when it's hot, we're still processing. So.
But during the summer, the chocolate won't melt?
Yes, but we have air conditioning, so it's okay.
Keep it in the fridge.
We still, not just air conditioning in the room, but that's enough. But no, we keep selling. So before, when I started, it was really like very seasonal. After Christmas, that was really low, and after Easter, there was nothing. And
why?
No, it's because the climate, and people like ice cream and beer in the summer, not really chocolate. But now we're selling the whole year.
You can have some like cold chocolate drinks.
We do.
Yeah.
But today, you see, it's supposed to be hot and it's raining.
And BBC News saying that because of climate change, chocolate could be disappear in 30 years. What do you think of that?
Disappear, I don't know, but diminish, yes. So now there's big structural issues in West Africa, in Ivory Coast and Ghana, because they did overproduce deforestation. So now they have a really structural issue with the climate change, because even if they replant new trees, it will never be enough to have back the previous volume they had. Also, it was never paid enough, so the farmers were never well paid. That's an issue that no agriculture is paying. But we do not work with beans from West Africa since 20 years. Work only with South American cacao beans in Madagascar, and some of Vietnam. So, but no, I'm impacted by this because all the price went crazy. But Brazil and Ecuador and Peru, they're planting a lot today to balance that loss of volume from Africa. But yeah, with the climate change, you can already see with the coffee, the prices are getting crazy. And with the chocolate, it will go maybe a bit low next year, but not as low as before for the price. So, but I don't think we will lose chocolate within 30 years.
Okay, that's a good news.
I hope so.
Good news for all
there's
chocolate lovers.
There's several companies working on replacing cacao by other nuts or other vegetable that you can roast, and you have a roasted aftertaste, but it's not chocolate. For the milk chocolate, it works quite well because you have this sweet, milky and roasted aftertaste that goes well. But for the dark chocolate to replace the real taste of cacao, no, doesn't work.
May I ask, how old were you when you start your business?
I was when I started chocolate, I was 26, and when I went to China, I was 28, and I really started the business. I was around 30.
So you didn't have a clear career path during your 20s. No.
My real diploma is medieval history from university.
Oh, nothing has to do with chocolate. No.
Neither chocolate, neither business.
Okay.
Or anything, so I was really bad into this actually.
Young people could be confused about their jobs, career. Some people hate their job. So do you have any advice?
I have several young people like you around me in the same confusion, state of confusion. So it's a question of meaning of what you do. Meat's easy because I love food. So if I wouldn't have been chocolatier, I would have been a beer maker or
chef
or baker or chef, something with the food or the drinks in the gastronomy. So I found my way in the chocolate, but I still cook a lot for friends. So you have to find something that is like a hobby for you, and then it becomes your job. Because then you don't think, you just do what you like. It's not like an effort to do it.
But how did you find your interest in chocolate, not in just cooking?
It really came by chance. The idea was to make chocolate sculpture with a friend. And then, so we would have made a nice sculpture and then a chocolate sculpture from it with molds. And after make exhibition where we would break the molds, break the chocolate and eat it.
Oh!
Break the sculpture. So, but it didn't happen. But I had started learning chocolate to do this. And after that, I so enjoyed the cooking part of the chocolate that I just kept making chocolate.
You didn't know if you can be successful or not at first.
I never thought about that.
You didn't know how much you can make at first, but you just love it.
There was never any calculation about money. That was an issue also. Because during many years, I was not profitable. I was just doing a break-even. And I hadn't not enough benefit to reinvest. So that was a super slow grow.
It was a tough time.
It's not that it was tough. It was just my taste was too complicated, too different from other chocolatier for the clients. So I had some clients super interested in what I was doing. But I was only exporting to UK and Germany. In Belgium, nobody was understanding what I was thinking. And when I started the shop here in 2009, I had to start again like from scratch because nobody knew my brand. So yeah, that's why it was so slow to grow. And now it's trendy. Finally.
Congratulations. You can have something else to eat, but no chocolate, okay? Good girl. 嘻嘻嘻。